So I was on a call for work the other day. We have a department call on Mondays, and one of my friends at work did a presentation. They did a presentation on SSRIs, which is a type of antidepressant, but it also is used for anxiety and stuff. So one of the providers asked, well, what about a woman who is pregnant? Or, who wants to get pregnant, what would you put them on? And before he answered, I was like, let me answer this because I've done this before. So when I gave birth to my first daughter, it was during COVID, and I had a lot of anxiety. I had started my anxiety journey in 2000, and this was 2020, so this is literally 20 years. This was the peak. Like, after 2020, like, I haven't had panic attacks or like real bad anxiety since then. I had to work very hard to get to this point though. I mean, I still get regular anxiety like everyone else, but I get it at the appropriate moments when my sympathetic nervous system increases, not just all the time, every day, like for no reason. So anyway, I started an SSRI, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. You might be familiar with some of them, like Prozac, Zoloft, Lexapro, Luvox, Paxil, Celexa. I may be missing one, I'm not sure. There's six in the class. Anyway, so I started Zoloft and I thought it was great. I didn't really feel anything ever, but they do take a long time to start working. It took about 8 weeks. I had preeclampsia, postpartum hypertension after my baby was born. I started the Zoloft and it took about 8 weeks to really work. So that's kind of how SSRIs are. So in counseling with people who take SSRIs or even any other antidepressants, there's usually a lag time before they start working. So if you do start taking one, don't worry if it doesn't work right away. Like, don't stop, because it usually takes a while to work. So the first 1 to 2 weeks, you may notice an increase in appetite and sleep, which is very, very important. But your mood may not totally be where you need it to be. The next 3 to 4 weeks, you may notice yourself having more energy, like wanting to go out, hang out with your friends, wanting to get out of the house, wanting to exercise, things like that. The next 5 or 6 weeks, all the way up to 8 weeks, sometimes even up to 12 weeks, depending on the person, you may have a better mood and feel happier. So give it some time. I took it for anxiety, which is just different from depression, but it still takes a while to work. So my anxiety after 8 weeks decreased significantly. I took it for a while afterwards, but mostly because I didn't have any side effects, so I didn't have any reason to. And then when I had my second daughter, I had preeclampsia again. However, it only lasted for 48 hours. So I stopped taking it actually in the last few months. But I was at that time not being a good patient. I was only taking it maybe every other day, every couple of days. Whenever I started feeling some withdrawal symptoms, I would take it, because I had, I have so many things that I do to cope with my anxiety, the anxiety disorder that I used to have. So now I run my life a certain way that allows me to stay even when stressful things arise. So I didn't really need it, so I stopped taking it altogether. But if anyone is pregnant and is having lots of anxiety, because pregnancy does bring anxiety, Zoloft and Lexapro are 2 medications that have been studied and that a lot of physicians are familiar with and comfortable with, just in case you're wondering about